Congratulations on the win and the strong performance, especially considering that the opponent, they didn't show any signs of giving up at any point in the game. So I just wanted to ask, what about the psyche helped you and your team in terms of maintaining consistency?
This is game 7, and right now you're trying to put together a great season. So for us, it's not even necessarily about the team we playing or how hard they're playing or lack thereof, or, it's about us and coming out and establishing the identity of the team that we want to be for 82 games and then on into the playoffs.
All right, thank you so much. Like the jersey, by the way.
I appreciate it.
Draymond, you're 6-1 now, 4-0 on the road. Road trip continues with some tough teams. Where do you assess this right now in the early going for you guys?
I think we're establishing who it is that we want to be. We want to be a great defensive team. We want to get out and push the tempo, and we want to keep our turnovers down. Historically, we've been a team that has turned the ball over a lot, and that has fallen on the shoulders of me and Steph. And Coach has challenged us to change from a team that turned the ball over a lot, and the decisions that we may make that's kind of testing, pushing the line a little bit, to not make those decisions, and be solid. And that's the mindset that we're coming out with. And so as far as an assessment, I'm not really assessing. Our 6-1 doesn't mean anything, just like their 2-4 doesn't mean anything. You're just trying to get better each and every day. Winning a championship or competing for a championship is a year-long process, and we're just trying to embrace that process and hopefully give ourselves a chance at the end.
Draymond, hey, I'm curious what you thought about the matchup with a couple of the younger Wizards players, especially Kyshawn George, because he had a stretch there where he made a couple threes, and I saw you two kind of talking with each other as you went up and down the court. So what did you think of those matchups?
I'm a big fan of him and Bub. The energy that they bring, the demeanor that they bring, that's the first time we've seen a Washington Wizards team play that hard in years. And it's because of them two guys' energy. They come out talking, they barking. I had to ask both of them. I asked Kyshawn, you talk? He's like, yeah. I said, all right, that's what we're doing. I like that, And then Bub was talking from the gate. And, I came into the league with that type of energy. And I respect guys that do. You don't come in, you don't bow down to anybody. My mindset, well, I don't care what you did before I got here. You ain't do it while I was here. So what you did before, that got nothing to do with me. And that's the type of time they was on. And it showed. They never quit. We were in control of the game the whole game. At no point did they quit. At no point did you feel it was easy. And then also, you can tell that Coach Keefe is doing an incredible job. And Dave, they're doing a great job. And how you can tell if a team is well coached, every single time we got the ball in the pocket, we got to drive, their low man was there. And that is a telling sign of an NBA team. When their low man gets there, they were there every single time. And so, I think for the first time in a long time, this city, this organization got some guys that they can look forward with. And that's an exciting thing, But to get back on topic, I like those young guys a lot. They just got a demeanor, and then they got game. It's not like it's just a rah-rah guy out there. They got game to go with it, and so they earned my respect tonight for sure.
What did you say to them after the game?
I just told them keep going and stay on that same type of energy with everybody. Every one of these guys you run up against, that's supposed to be the who's, stay on that type of time. Because that's how you get respect. You don't get respect for running the other way. You get respect for running up to them guys, and this is who I am. I don't really care. Kyshawn said something. He's like, you can't shoot. I said, you've been watching people say that. When you were in elementary school, you was watching me win a championship, and people was thinking that same thing. He was like, yeah, I don't care. I like that. I like that. Like, you make the next one. And when we was going back and forth, I told him, I said, don't help. And then he was like, yeah, all right, I'm going to keep helping. I said, I can't help off you right now. You can't help off me right now. But it was good banter. I really enjoyed it. It was fun.
You guys are the competition's about to get a lot fiercer. What needs to happen? What do you feel like you need to do better as you face this type of?
I think we just got to continue to get better at our execution. Our offensive execution takes some time. We got a fairly new group, a lot of new guys playing together, and so I think, as, this continue to go, we're doing a great job of playing well and winning games, and on the defensive end, and offensive execution, I think we can continue to get better at, and we will. That usually takes the most time, but if I could pinpoint one thing, it'll be that.
What did you like most about how your team closed the game out tonight?
I think the way we closed was huge because you're playing against a team that you may not feel as threatened by, and they hung around the whole game. And I don't think it was necessarily a matter of us letting them hang around. It's that energy that I was speaking about that kind of kept them around. And then all of a sudden, Kyshawn get going, he hit a few shots, they feed off of that. And I just thought we showed that we were the veteran team down the stretch. We executed great those last 5-6 minutes of the fourth quarter, and we took care of the ball and got stops. We had a little period in there where we started turning the ball over, and they were getting threes, and we cleaned that up and we executed everything we wanted to get to down the stretch, and we was able to pull away.
Draymond, they start 4 people who are either 19 or 20 and play them heavily. What does it
And
say?
when Jordan is 24, 25, something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What does it say about that young group's potential that they were able to hang with a very talented, very experienced together group?
It says a lot, and it says more about their mentality than anything. They're not backing down. They're playing hard, and like I said, you can tell they're well coached because playing against a team that young, and I'm gonna go back to this low man, playing against a team that young, and they understand them defensive concepts to get there every single time. Like those are guys that you can grow with, and they're gonna take their lumps. There could be a point where they lose 5 in a row this year, but they got a group that can grow here, and I don't know how many games you expect to win with 4 guys under 19 and the other one being 24, 25. It's tough to do in this league, but they can grow together, and that's more important than anything. So, credit to them, and their front office is doing a good job of identifying Bub-type guys and Kyshawn's, to identify Bilal's improve, since last year. So I think they're doing a good job of identifying this young talent, and I don't know them from a can of paint, but I think they found a good coach that is coaching and teaching. It didn't feel like we were playing against a bunch of 20-year-olds, 19-year-olds. Down the stretch, you can pick on some things and figure it out, but it didn't feel like that the whole game. They weren't making 19-year-old mistakes. That says a lot.
You guys obviously beat the Celtics in the finals, and the Celtics fans weren't thrilled with Steve this summer because of the whole Olympics thing. What do you anticipate the environment in the Garden being like on Wednesday?
We beat them in NBA Finals a few years ago, and then they just won one. So they want to dish everything back to us about them just winning one. And, it's always a hostile environment. So don't expect anything different. It'll be a tough environment against a very good team, great team, tough team to play against. But it's a hostile environment just like any other hostile environment.
You mentioned Jordan's age. He's kind of, in some ways, as you mentioned, kind of like the veteran on that team. What are you seeing as he enters kind of year 2 and what you saw?
He's playing better. He's playing a lot better. I think his shot selection, you come to a new situation. I've never done it, but I've watched a lot of it. But as a competitor, you just want to show everything that you can do. You want to show that you're the guy. And I think last year he was pressing a lot. He just wanted it to happen so bad. And this year he's a lot more settled in. He's not taking some of the shots that he was taking last year. They were bad shots. And I don't think it was a matter of selfishness. I think it was a matter of wanting it so bad to prove to people that I can have my own team, that I can come here and be successful, that it ends up working against you. And, this year he's doing a much better. Like, he had 1 turnover tonight. That speaks to the patience that he's now playing with, And so I think he's doing a really good job of settling in now and letting the game come to him, not necessarily chasing after it like he was doing last year, But you'd much rather have a guy that's going to chase after it and go for broke than the guy that's just come in and be like, I ain't got it, So I think he's starting to show now more of who he is and what he's grown into in this league, as opposed to last year. He just wanted it so bad. I think he's doing a lot better job this year.